day 22. What?
Are you with us? Are you Oh, you're with us? You're getting back up there, I think. She's like, I'm here. I'm ready. Ease. Hub up. Good.
She's like, I'm with you.
I'm with you and I am ready because you know what? She thinks this is the sexiest thing ever.
And the funny thing is about that little kind of her wanting to listen to us right there is that is today's game. We are going to be playing Simon Says, but dog style.
Dog style. Simon
Dog
Says.
style.
Good. Well done.
I
Correct.
saved it.
Correct.
Saved it. So you're day 22, you're looking pretty sexy, and you're thinking, actually now I've got the engagement, I've got the focus, I've got the foundation. I quite like it if my dog listened to me. That would be a logical next step.
And the thing that we want to see is they can listen to you around something they really want. So we've got something that she really wants. As you can see, we've got something she really wants. So this is just, again, another way that we're going to use our dinner bowl. So it's just another way. So as we ditch the bowl, we actually don't really necessarily need to use it for anything else other than maybe some
a prop
level of prop world. So that's what it's going to be. Ease. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to feed her a couple just for straight out, and I want to see what she offers when she comes back in. So as you can see, get it, super.
She's played a little bit of Plant Pop Prison,
nice.
So she's like, I know that I can control myself around this.
Super, and I'm throwing away so she doesn't just get stuck here. Nice. And at the same time, I also know that she's not trying to take it. Now, I like this about having a level of control around food or control around toys or control around the squirrel or control around lots of things in life, right, Tom? Like, I don't want her to go jumping on my counters and I don't want her to go taking, I don't know, that squirrel out the park.
We don't want to be like constantly managing the world and trying to control the world because realistically, as you've probably experienced, you can't control the world. You could try and train the squirrel if you really like, and you could invest lots of energy in it, or you could just train your dog.
So as she comes in, what I'm going to do, she likes this food bowl. She thinks this is fun. I've been throwing around a lot. Down. Super nice. Very clever. Or we could do, and I don't have to cue anything. So I can just reward the fact that she's controlling herself. So I like that she's controlling herself. Or it could be, down. I give a cue as she comes in. Or it could be, good girl, sleepy. Oh, it's super hard. Can you do? I know, it's really hard. Very nice. It's a good try. Do you want to try again? Sleepy. Oh, it's really hard. And all I might do is I might just cover that one because you can see that's hard for her. Now, Sleepy is a behaviour she does know fairly well when this bowl's not around. So I can show you. Sleepy. Super. Super. Nice. So when the bowl's not around, you can see that behaviour is relatively strong.
And you don't need to use the behaviours that Lauren's using. We're going to, show you a couple.
We're using behaviours that she knows, but you could easily use sit, down, left, right.
Whatever your dog knows, right?
Give you a paw.
Yeah.
It could be anything that your dog already knows to play a game with you. So lots of you, I bet you've got a down, I bet you've got a sit, I bet you've got a paw wave or a handshake, or I bet you've got maybe a little spin. I'm going to use her two strongest behaviours, and her two strongest behaviours are a down and a sleepy. Yes, they're very strong for you. So she likes those. Now, as we get this bowl in, down, you can see she can still hear that one, sleepy. And you see how that one's just gone out the window because the bowl is so exciting. So let's try it a little bit more. Try and make it a little bit easier.
So what were you doing with your hand?
I'm going to give her old hand cue. So I'm going to give her old hand cue. So I'm going to cage that one if she doesn't get it. And then I'm going to give her her old cue, which was actually a hand signal to do the behaviour. And that's how I first started teaching her. But it shows you that she's so excited by this. To be honest, there's a little bit of drool coming out of her mouth. She's so excited by this that she actually struggles to still listen. Now, what does that mean, Tom?
Yeah, so what we're dealing with is we're putting, just as we talked about within Plant Pop Prison, we're putting the squirrel in front of her. And we're now saying, okay, the squirrel's right there, can you listen? And the squirrel is, of course, the bowl of food. And what we're doing is we are just saying, can you play Simon Says in the presence of something very distracting? So you could do it with a bowl of food, you could do it with a toy, it doesn't matter. And what you notice is when Easy gets it not quite right, and she needs to kind of just learn to think a little bit more. Lauren covered the bowl with her hand. And really, the reason why that is because we're effectively saying that gets covered when we don't listen.
Good. And so effectively, she realises that that gets covered when we don't listen, and then actually she's not getting it. So when she's not getting it, she actually wants to try something else. So what I've done is I've gone back a stage where when I first started teaching her that behaviour that she knows pretty well, that I've gone back to using the first signal I gave her, which was a hand signal actually. I think you're mugging me. So that's when you're mugging me. Yeah, and you see the little feet come out, and then sleepy is the cue. And if we don't get it, we'll go into that one. So that's definitely sleepy. Oh, it's so hard around the food bowl, isn't it? That's very nice. Sleepy. Super. Super. Nice. And what I love about this game, it's can you listen, it's can you hear me, it's are you with me, it's are you able to be, is your brain working with me? Because often when they see a squirrel, or when they see something that's, when they see something that's quite exciting, as you can see, like the food bowl, they don't always know how to respond, right, Tom?
Yeah. And what we're saying is that, you know what, we're setting up a situation where we can control the environment a little bit. And if we needed, we can put our hand over that food bowl and we're saying, can you listen? So we showed you with a couple of behaviours there. Your dog's going to have lots of different behaviours, potentially like a sit, for example. That's totally fine. We'd love you to show us the behaviours. Like, we want to see different things. So please, please, please video those. I've only given you 2 of the things that I know that she's pretty, that she's pretty keen on doing whenever there's food around or whenever there's toys around. So I want to show you things that she likes doing and things that she's quite animated in. So what you've got to pick is you've got to pick a behaviour that your dog already knows. Sleepy, super, super, get it, and they like. So you want to pick a behaviour that's quite a fun behaviour, because this is a hard exercise. So you want to pick something that's fairly solid already. Absolutely.
Sleepy.
So on that, should we do a little test?
Get it? Yeah, let's try it.
Should we try you standing up?
Okay.
And see if we can do Simon Says.
Okay.
M-I-double-D-L-E.
Oh, let's try a different one. This will be an interesting one. So, would you like me to then send her to that bowl afterwards? It's got quite a lot of food in it. What do you think?
Let me switch, because there is a lot of food in there.
Wow.
And then we pop
you like this bowl?
One.
So this
She's
means
like, I'm loving this bowl.
There is nothing even in this bowl yet.
Right, she's like, I'm very excited about this bowl.
I know, there's lots of nice things. We've never played this before, so I think this will be fun. So, Tom, you're going to put some food in the bowl, and you're going to cage it, and I'm going to ask her for that thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
It's going to happen.
Ease, come middle. Super, get it, get it. Wow.
I thought I was going to be needed, and yet I was not.
Should we try again? 3, 2, 1. Get it! And that's one that most people don't do. And they don't expect you to do it either, do they? Right? Like, it's a different one, right, Tom? They don't always know that's coming. Tom didn't know that was coming then. And that's good. You balance it up so you keep that squirrel real. Ready? Come in. Super. Get it. Super. 3, 2, 1. Let's watch that food. Wow. Down. Middle. Yeah, get it.
So you can see that with Simon Says, we can play around with it a lot, play within what your dog knows. We've shown you a couple of behaviours there. Obviously, one of them your dog's definitely worked on within the challenge itself. That's middle. But what we'd say is work on behaviours that your dog really values to start with, knows really well, that you can be close to the bowl and manage that a little bit and put your hand over the bowl if needed.
Or use somebody else to give you a hand if necessary. Look at her, she's already absolutely puffing. She's done nothing else in here other than that game, and that's when I think to myself, well, I could reshape my walk. I could do different things instead of the walk. I could play games. You know what? This is household training. She's a high energy dog.
And I think if she could choose, she'd much prefer this kind of enrichment. So we're beating the squirrel. We are becoming sexier than the squirrel. That is today's challenge. This one, we definitely want to see videos. So head on over to that Facebook group. Let us know what you're going to use, what tricks you're going to use, what behaviours you're going to use. Even if your dog just knows 1 or 2 behaviours, that's all they need to know to play Simon Says. Have fun. We want to see videos. Okay guys, before you go, one of the biggest questions that we've been asked is, you know, I see that these games work, I believe the games work, but I'm worried that they might not work for my dog, my breed, me.
My dog's a Javanese tree fox, and he doesn't like food, and he's not interested in toys, and actually he's a bit more unique than your dogs, and I've only seen you 2 train it with dogs you've already trained.
With 5 different breeds. And so it's like, you know what, we want, the big thing is that we know how transformation transformational these games
We
can
want
be
it to
for you.
work for you. We want it to have great results,
Yeah,
right?
and the only thing that's stopping that is you kind of playing the game. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to head outside and we're going to work with real people, with real dogs, and we're going to show you example of actually how a real person will work with their real dog of a different breed.
When we say real person, real dog, different breed, these guys have not played these games. You know what? They've not had all of the coaching. It's just us coaching them to show them exactly how much fun this can be. So I think you're going to enjoy it. In fact, I know you're going to enjoy it.
Heading outside. And what we'll do is we'll have the bowl in front of you and just pop food in the bowl to sort of top it, teach him that the bowl's something important and sort of supercharge it a little bit. So keep dropping food in. Good, and then keep dropping it in. Brilliant, and then maybe throw one away again. Yeah, good, good. Now this time, let's pop it in and let's just pop our hand over it so that he's got to control himself around it a bit. That's brilliant. Now can you ask him to do something? He's like, I can do a DOWN actually. So then all we do is, well, yeah, now let's throw one away because he's had a bit of a time to collect himself.
You'll ask him to do something different.
I'd try a sit again. Try sit from a down.
Sit.
Good. Get it. Good boy. Good. And then let's pop one in again and let's cover it and let's ask for a sit.
Sit.
I love this game. He's like, I don't understand. Now try again.
Sit.
Good. Good boy. Good. What else? What other behaviour does he know?
He's got quite a good right and a sort of good left.
Okay, a right. Let's try a right then.
Right, now what now? Put one in and
Yeah, pop one in and cover it and then...
right.
Whoa! Nicely done.
Good boy.
And you could even try a DOWN.
Okay. Oh, I'll tell you himself.
All right, throw one away. Right, let's try a right again.
Right.
Yeah! Brilliant job. So I think really all he needs is to predict a little bit less. Try a DOWN now.
Down. Oh, that's nearly stolen. Good boy, get it.
Good, brilliant. So yeah, and just kind of getting him moving, getting him animated. He's kind of dog that would get a little bit sticky if he could, and a little bit stalky. And so whenever he's struggling, I would just throw one away and get him to re-engage with it, as you suggested. I think that's brilliant. That's Simon Says with a different dog.
Is that it?